Yo, what's up guys? Today we're looking at my Terriermon deck that we are testing for when the new structure deck comes out. We've got a lot of cool techs in here and we will mention some of them at the end. One of them is the Fire Rocket, which we have cut from the list since testing, but man, Fire Rocket is really cool because, you know, all your Rapidmons are armors with 2 colors, so it works out pretty good. And if you can Digivolve into Mega Gargamon Ace after that, you can be swinging for 4 checks. Anyway, let's get into the eggs. We've got the 4 Gummymon. This is just draw 1 when attacking. If you have a green Tamer, probably the best green egg in a while, so it's going to be used in probably a lot of other decks too. And then the 5th egg, because you will need a 5th egg, I'm playing the Argomon. I think it's one of the best ones because it can generate a bit of free memory. Let's get into the rookies. My favorites, the little Terriermons themselves. The new Terriermon is really, really good. Inheritable plus 1,000. And then the effect, during the main phase when you play a Tamer, you can reduce it by 2. Obviously a green Tamer, but you can also play a Lopmon and reduce that by 2 as well. We're playing the 1 Lopmon because honestly, when these cards got announced, I thought this was one of the most lackluster cards. Yes, giving Alliance is cool, but strictly being a Lopmon is bad. A lot of the Rapidmon stuff wants a Terriermon, not a Lopmon. And yeah, this is kind of the only card that wants a Lopmon, but you normally just want to play a green Tamer anyway because it helps with your reduced Digivolution costs. Flipping your eggs and just, you know, Mimi's cracked, so I don't know. A lot of the time you don't want to play Lopmon and it doesn't really synergize well with Mega Gargamon because if you give Alliance to Mega Gargamon and you swing, you tap this for Alliance and then Mega Gargamon restands, you need another Digimon to tap to Alliance again. Which obviously you could have, but you know, it's just you need more and you normally want to have less. Anyway, that's the new rookies from the structured deck. Then moving on to some of the older Terriermons, we've got the EX4 Terriermon. It has a great effect with Alliance, so if you do get this one out with the Lopmon, it can be quite good, but once again, it won't happen too often. You mainly play this because it searches a Henry and it searches a 2-color green card, which is, surprise, surprise, your entire evolution line. So yeah, good card. Can't search Terriermons, but can search everything else. So that is very cool. Next is Terriermon X Antibody. Sorry, I don't have any color versions of this. I was so excited for Terriermon X Antibody when we first had our EX set with Guillemon X Antibody, and then we just didn't get him all the way until now. This guy's cracked. He gives piercing to the Gargo Rapid line as an inheritable, and he digivolves for 1 less into a Gargo or Rapid. So cool Terriermon things. One last rookie along with the Lopmon is just the Memory Blocker Terriermon. I think we're at, 14 rookies, and it's kind of necessary because we kind of pop off really low in this deck. And if you don't have a Terriermon, well, you're hard playing your champions for about 7, so it's not great. Moving on to those champions, the first one is the old star of the BT8 format, the Gold Rapidmon. This guy is absolute menace. Now, accompanying him is the new Rapidmon. We have this guy right here. The structure deck Rapidmon, and he's blocker with Armor Purge, and also when he taps, you get to neg something by 4k, as well as your opponent's security by 4k. So really nice to have like a board wipey Rapidmon and a defensive Rapidmon, which I found the deck was lacking sometimes. No access to block or anything was pretty bad. So having this defensive Rapidmon along with the Mega Gargamon Ace means you can actually protect yourself from losing the game, turns out. It's pretty good. And obviously, Armor Purge with Blocker is sensational. So I love my Rapidmons. I would always max on them in a competitive build. And the last champions are 2 Gargomon. This guy just gives jamming to something, normally itself, when it suspends. So the idea is you Alliance and then you tap, and the Alliance stack has jamming. That's cool. Not 100% necessary, but that's cool. We've got the level 5s. You really don't need many in this deck. We're just playing the Rapidmon because it's Rapidmon. It's green-black. It's got a really good effect to de-digivolve something on play or when digivolving. Note that. Sometimes you just hard play this guy. Both players have a memory tamer up. It's not that bad to just hard play this guy. He gets the protection too on play or when digivolving. So some games you will hard play this and have this in your hand. Your opponent will swing or whatever. Boom. Ace evolve. So really good card. Really slept on. I wasn't playing this at first. I think I was playing 1. And now I'm up to playing 4. So the deck can obviously function without level 5s, but I think this level 5 is really good. Inheritable as well when you delete a Digimon by Battle Trash at the top of security. Always a nice effect in a green deck. And that leads us on to the Megas. It's funny when you're playing 4 level 5s and then 7 level 6s. We've got the new and the old. The Mega Gargamon Ace from the structure deck is just insane. It just wins games by itself, preventing evolution, preventing unsuspension, as well as being a blocker with reboot. It's honestly the perfect Mega Gargamon. All the other ones have been, quite frankly, terrible up until now. So I'm so happy we have a cracked, useful, competitive Mega Gargamon. I'm really, really happy. It has a lot of text on it, and thank God this time all that text is meaningful. We've also got the Rapidmon X Antibody, which is new from BT16. This card's sensational. All your opponent's Digimon get suspended, and while they're suspended, neg 4K. It's real good. Not much else to say. If anything dies by battle or from being DP negged, you gain 2 memory as well, so you can end your opponent's turn. This can also attack when you Digivolve on it. It's kind of got Blitz. It's a sensational card. It makes some matchups free. Bloom Lord, Red Hybrid, anything low to the ground, the matchup becomes free. I imagine if you versed Pure Crossheart, like you'd just win. So that's really cool. The sad part of this, it is Armor Purge, but it's not blocker or anything like that. Obviously the card's still good because it's a floodgate effect, but yeah, just putting that out there. I had 2 of these on my field in testing, and like my opponent just killed me. They just didn't care. Like, it didn't matter that they were neg 8k because they were playing Garurumon and they just kept detaching stuff to prevent deletion from battle, so that was really rough. But yeah, just something to note, like, this is a great card, but this can actually block things, so don't waste all of your Mega Gargamon Aces early in the game, or you find yourself struggling to stay in the game, I've found. Okay, Double Typhoon, easily the best option ever. In testing, I started with this at 1. Yeah, I was really sleeping on it. This is amazing. It adds a Terrier or Lop, it plays a Terrier or Lop as its delay effect without paying the cost, which is sensational for HPD, which I've forgotten. My apologies, HPD is not in this list. It really should be. Anyway, I'll go through the profile anyway. But I found in testing, this was really, really good with HPD. You'd obviously just be able to play out a Terriermon and search as well. But sometimes you just have your Mega Gargamon Ace on the field, and you know you need an alliance target for it, and this can get you that alliance target for it, so playing out the Lopmon here can be really good. Another use of this is playing out a body HPD. It means one of your Rapidmons can Digivolve into this for free, because it would normally cost 5 on a Rapidmon. So HPD in this deck hits a really nice threshold, so we love to see that. Obviously, the best use of this card is just look at top 3, add a green Digimon and a green Tamer, so very generic as well. You can run a Terriermon Lopmon engine in any green deck going forward, and this could be like a staple searching engine. I really like that about that. Next, we've got the Agility Training. Now, you should probably cut one of these for a HPD, because I've realized I've left it out of the list somehow. So yeah, my apologies for that. You should definitely play HPD, even though this deck's low to the ground. 1 HPD here would just be sensational. As I said, there's combos with it. You have ways to play stuff for free, so like, you really should just be playing HPD. Going into your Megas in this deck is insane, and they're quite expensive. They're normally 4 on a Rapid or 5 on a Rapid. So, you know, if you can reduce that, absolutely do it. Anyway, training sensational. It's basically like this, but a little different. Onto the Tamers. Now, this is a Willis, but it really should be a Henry and a Henry. In testing, 2 Henry was really nice. The ability to warp can actually come up. We're playing so many Rapidmon names, but only 2 Gargos. Mainly because this card's not that good, but you really just want to get it in the grave early, so you've always got the warping option. But you know what? Gaining 1 memory at the start of your turn if your opponent's playing the game is always good too. So yeah, I would say you only need 3 Willis, and that's where we're getting with that. 2 Mimi and the 3 Willis. I've tested at 4, but you don't really need the 4. You definitely get away with just the 3. 2 Mimi though, because we warp to our 6s, and then, well, you can just start tapping Mimi and pumping out the bodies as well as Willis. Like, between these 2 cards, you need 5 eggs, right? Absolutely need 5 eggs. You could play Memory Setter Henry, but I think it's kind of a bad card, not gonna lie. Mimi is still just the universal best card. Obviously, you have that Terriermon that searches for Henrys as well. That's why I think you got to play some. But, you know, you want your Memory Setter and your Henry, in my opinion, to be different. You don't want to play Memory Setter Henry You want to play the memory of the games, the Henry of the games you want. So you can go to 3 and then up to 4, for example. I found that to be really useful in testing. I was playing Izzy Mimi in testing too. I don't think you need that card, but the +2 memory was always nice, and playing it for 2 off the Terriermon was nice. But that's the end of the profile. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and obviously HPD would be a nice swap out for that. You could also swap another one out for a Fire Rocket. As I mentioned, Fire Rocket can go on either of your Rapidmons, and swinging for 2 with Armor Purge is really nice. If you're able to Digivolve, say on here, if you're able, sorry, let me try that again. If you're able to Red Reboot, man, I can't even talk. If you're able to Fire Rocket on here and HPD this to Digivolve into here for free, for example, you can now swing 2 checks, restand 2 checks. So there's some sensational stuff you can do there. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time.